unfortunate, right? Yeah. It really is. But I agree. So, we'll just let it be told when the story gets told. Yeah. And I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing, right? That's it. That's all it is. I agree. And it's unfortunate, right? Yeah. It really is. But I agree.
So, guys, that's Tammy Cowins. 50 Cent just leaked this audio of him talking to her about how they gonna have this tell-all book. And y'all know how we do on this channel, always pushing health, wealth, better understanding of self, and giving praises to the Most High. So I'm gonna give a perspective on this take about Tammy Cowins and 50 Cent, Big Meech, and Rick Ross. I'm gonna just give my perspective on this because I think a lot of people are missing a point about this Tammy Cowins lady. Okay, but make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that. I want to show y'all this YouTube channel. This guy did a good job of pretty much just breaking down the paperwork. But I want to show y'all a point where I feel like Tammy Cowins' relationship with the DEA agent could be why the information was said in the affidavit. Now, if y'all don't know, we're gonna go. I'm not gonna go over this whole story. I mean, if you know, you know. But right now, we're going over what Tammy Cowins was actually doing. Because she was the one who benefited off of turning Cuffy in, and she was getting paid. She was already a paid informant. She was already being paid by being an informant. So everybody is trying to figure out, was Big Meech a third party snitch? But she could have been just doing business as usual. And her relationship with the DEA agent would make me believe that maybe she had a closer relationship with him, and because he was the money right now, than the relationship with Meech. But check this out. I'm gonna give y'all my commentary. Let's get it.
30 years in the federal system.
And this guy's channel is, let me get it right for him, man. Podcast with Soul. Y'all could check out his whole 30-minute, but I'm bringing y'all to the most important part. Let's get it.
Of which you have to do 85% of that time. 10% would be 30 months, another 45 months. So you knock off, you're probably looking at about 26, 25 and a half, 26, whatever that number is, right? So he's already sentenced. It also talks about here how she has the life rights and all of this stuff, and it's worth probably about $1 million. But anyway, she begins to facilitate this drug deal between Fidel Suarez from California and Dion Gatlin, known as Cuffy, from St. Louis. Now, her handler in Atlanta is a dude named Keith. What's my man's name? Keith Comers. What's my man? Keith
that's
Cromer.
Your man?
Keith Cromer is the special agent in charge that's handling her, right? He's her, he tells her what to do. He's the DEA Atlanta Group Supervisor, Keith Cromer. Now, at the time of this motion, he's being investigated by the Office of Professional Responsibility and the Office of Inspector General for his inappropriate relationship with Tammy Cowins, improper payments to Tammy Cowins, and falsified reports to justify improper payments to this girl.
So this is what I'm talking about. Improper payments. They're probably trying to do whatever to get paid. She's probably running it up and trying to get information from whatever she can to make money, because she's getting benefited, with taking people down. So it could kind of make me think this was her play. You know, she's making money. She already have a relationship with the DEA agent. Let's let him
Now,
go.
they begin what starts as a personal relationship, as per this document, evolves into a sexual relationship, right? They go on this sexual escapade. And it's proven because Tammy has pictures of them together in her phone, right? And he's being investigated for same, right? So this is one of the reasons why Cuffy and his attorney feel like all of the information in that affidavit, right, should be thrown out because of the improper relationship between the special agent Keith Cromer and the informant, right?
Exactly. That's why we can't trust what this woman says, and he's gonna bring this up to where she gonna flip flop. She was one way with saying this. She was trying to protect the DA agent, and then they realized that didn't make sense, and then she's trying to protect Meech because of the bag. She probably like, oh man, this is messed up. I done messed up with this. Let me try to secure, Big Meech. This is. I'm not saying this is really what happened. I'm just giving my perspective on how we can't trust what she's saying because she's trying to get a bag.
Right? Keith Cromer, you know what I'm saying, got lost his moral compass, right? Once he started having sex with this woman, he's paying her, and it talked about him on a monthly basis. And sometimes there was information from another informant, which was CS2. CS2 would provide actionable evidence, actionable information that was good for the case, but he wouldn't pay CS2. He would give it to her.
Right.
This is what he was doing, right? You know, a woman and her kitty cat is strong, man. You understand? Now,
Not everyone.
in the affidavit, right, and it talks about it in here how Big Meech and Suarez met in the county jail in Detroit, like around 2005. And, that's how they befriended each other. Now, as this hearing is going, the judge is listening to all of this testimony, right? And the judge talks about it in here. She says, this is the judge's words in here. They called the witnesses. They put Keith Cromer on the fan. They put Keith Cromer on the stand at this hearing to testify at the Frank's hearing, and a couple of the other agents underneath him, right, that he was in charge of. The agents that were underneath Keith Cromer pled the fifth. They took the fifth. They pled the Fifth Amendment, which means that they didn't want to get on the stand and say anything that was self-incriminating, right? Self-incriminating. So that means that, everything ain't right and exact with what I did. Homeboy Keith Cromer did the same thing. Exactly. He pled the fifth. But then he went back on that and said, nah, I'm not going to invoke my Fifth Amendment. Put me on the stand. So he takes the stand and he begins to answer questions. And then this whole sexual tryst comes out, right, between him and Tammy Cowins. At first, he says it was just personal. It was never sexual. But this totally contradicts what Tammy Cowins already signed in the affidavit and already said, yeah, he was knocking me down. I was knocking him down. We was getting busy. This nigga get on the stand and say, nah, it was just personal. So right there, you know, these are the things that Cuffy and his defense is saying, yo, look at the inconsistencies. One, the improper relationship, right? Two, the inconsistencies in their statements. So nothing that they ever put in can be credible, right? So the judge hears all this testimony.
I'm glad you said that, because he said that nothing that they say could be credible, but he goes on to say that he know that Big Meech knew about it because of what something in the affidavit said. We can't trust anything that they said or what they constructed to say, you know, to get out of their jam, because we don't know if it's truthful or not. So I'm going with she's the one who set up Cuffy, because we can't. She got two testimonies. One where she's saying no, he didn't do it, and one where she was putting it on Meech. So she's not trustworthy enough. The DA agent ain't trustworthy enough to be able to come to a conclusion of that. Yes, the case should be thrown out, in my opinion. You know, it shouldn't even be a case with this. We shouldn't even be talking about this. This case should be out. You know, it wasn't, it's nothing concrete, in my opinion, but I'm just somebody on YouTube. But let me know what y'all think about this, man. Y'all can check out his whole video, but that was pretty much the meat and potatoes of all of this. It's, can we trust Tammy Cowins' testimony for trying to save her DEA boyfriend? She had two boyfriends in the situation, but the DEA boyfriend was paying a lot more. Meech is locked up. He's trying to get money. You are getting paid as an informant with this guy. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
You are totally dependent on other people to take care of your needs because you don't have those roots sunk into the ground. To have a community, you must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.
To have a community, you must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.